We are back here with another speed rebuild here in Madden 26 franchise mode, and today we are doing the Dallas Cowboys. And if you're new around here and you haven't seen one of my speed rebuilds before, basically the challenge of this video is I only have 10 minutes to rebuild this Cowboys team to try and turn them into a Super Bowl winning team for a one-season simulation. And so today we're doing the Dallas Cowboys thanks to a suggestion I got from one of you guys a couple of videos ago. So just looking at this Cowboys team, 82 overall, 85 offense, 80 overall defense. And looking at the offense first, we do have a 91 overall superstar X Factor Dak Prescott. And barring any offer for like Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, or Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott is going to be our quarterback for this Dallas Cowboys speed rebuild, so it is going to be very nice that I don't have to trade for a quarterback, because typically when I do these speed rebuilds I do have to trade for a quarterback, and that takes a lot of time, and it also takes a lot of assets too that I could use elsewhere on the team. But we also have CeeDee Lamb here, 93 overall, also a superstar X Factor. Across from him, George Pickens, 88 overall. And we do have Javonte Williams here, 85 overall, who I will say was my fantasy sleeper this year. I took him in both of my fantasy drafts, and it's worked out pretty well. But unfortunately, I did lose in my main league. I got blown out. I lost by like 50 points. It was brutal. But in my other league where I have him, it comes down to the Dolphins-Steelers Monday Night Football game. But yeah, that is besides the point. Javonte Williams, most likely not going to be trading him. 85 overall at running back is pretty hard to improve upon. And then Jake Ferguson, he's had a pretty good season, 83 overall with superstar development. And of course on this offensive line, we cannot forget about 88 overall Tyler Smith and Tyler Booker at 80 overall. And they also have Tyler Guyton, so they have 3 Tylers. And Tyler Bass, I'm pretty sure this is Tyler Bass. Oh no, it's actually TJ Bass. I mean, I guess it's possible the T in TJ Bass stands for Tucker, or not Tucker, Tyler. It's possible. It's actually not, I just looked it up, it's Thomas. But I mean, it's close enough, we'll take that. But yeah, this offense, 85 overall, the offense is looking really good. I don't think there's much improvement I need to make on offense, but I would like to get it up to at least a 90 overall. That would be pretty ideal for this one season simulation. And now checking out the defense, 80 overall. Apparently it's a 100% scheme fit, but we have multiple players here that are not a scheme fit. I have no idea why it does that, but I guess that's how it is. Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark both acquired this season on the interior. Quinnen Williams, of course, definitely not going to be traded. And same goes for DaRon Bland here at 86 overall. Well, actually, maybe it's possible I do. Probably not, though. But other than DaRon Bland and Quinnen Williams, I would say pretty much anyone on this defense could get flipped. Like, this defense is an 80 overall, and ideally we could get it up to like maybe an 87. Maybe even a 90. I would take a 90 offense and a 90 defense. I would take that any day, but getting there is a lot easier said than done. But yeah, with that being said, this is what the defense is looking like currently before we get into our 10-minute rebuild. And I think with all that being said, I think the yapping can cease, and I think we can go ahead and actually jump right into doing this 10-minute rebuild. And alright, with all that being said, I'll go ahead and start this timer here in 3, 2, 1. Okay, 10 minutes on the clock. So what I want to do first here is work on this defense. So we could bring in 2 safeties right away from this Bears team. And Jalen Johnson, we could go big on our first trade here. So we'll put Donovan Wilson in here. And then Trayvon Diggs, let's just see, without any draft picks, that's decent. What is our picks projected? So we do have 2 first rounders this year. And then we should have 3, should we not? Or maybe, oh no, because they traded for Quinnen Williams, that's right. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. 2nd round pick. Okay, yeah, maybe Jalen Johnson is not happening. What about these 2 safeties without any draft picks? Okay, we'll put 4th, 3rd, 4th. Will that be enough? Okay, that's getting very close. What about this 3rd, 2028? Well, it's very close to going through. I feel like a 2nd round pick probably gets the job done, so we'll do this 2027. I'm stuttering. 2027 2nd, very close to going through. 4th, 5th, another 5th. Will this go through for Jaquan Brisker, Kevin Byard? You are kidding. Okay, what about this 4th? This should be enough. 2 new safeties coming in from the Bears. There we go, and we are just over a minute off the clock. So I think what we do next is continue building out this defense. We do have a lot of draft capital, and we do need to use it. So our safeties are good. We could use another corner, and then I would say Edge rusher, we could improve upon that. So we will put Jadeveon Clowney in this deal and see if we can flip him for an edge rusher, preferably like 85 overall. We could actually check out the Bills here. Yeah, Joey Bosa. And then we could add some linebackers, so Terrell Bernard and Matt Milano. So we will toss, who do we have in this deal? Logan Wilson and Overshown in this deal. So without any draft picks, how far does this get me? It's actually not very far at all. So if I were to do 2028 second, wow, that is like barely moving anything. So if I were to include a 2028 first, I would like some sort of draft capital back. Could I get a third rounder this year? No. I probably won't be able to get any, but I'll just ask for a fifth if I can. I mean, you know, I'll give up a first round pick and a little more. So we'll do a fourth, fifth. This should be enough for this pack. It won't. Okay, wow. What about a third? Will that be enough for this package? It won't. I mean, these are pretty big improvements. So we'll do this third and a fourth. Will this be enough? Okay. 2/3. I don't think I'll give up a second in this deal. I mean, you know what we'll do? We'll take out Terrell Bernard, and then we'll also take out Overshown. We'll take out this first. Will this be enough? Okay. You know what? Maybe we take our business elsewhere. I did not expect Joey Bosa to be that expensive. So, yeah, we're going to have to just look elsewhere, which is fine. But we did waste a lot of time doing that. Okay, so actually, what about Khalil Mack? Because he is kind of old. So maybe we get a little bit of a discount, and maybe Henley as well. If we could get him, and Dante Jackson, we could use another corner. So, I mean, we'll put, who can I add into this deal? We will throw Carlson in this deal and see without any, okay, that's actually decent. So, if I were to do like, I don't know, this second that I have, and then a third, would this be enough for this package? Okay, I'm more willing to give up a first rounder here, I would say. So a first, and I probably could maybe get like a fourth rounder back. So will this go through? Okay, it won't. We'll take the fourth rounder out. That won't even be enough. Okay, what about a fifth and a sixth? Would this be enough? Okay, wow. Dude, I'm selling. We are like 4 minutes off the clock. We'll put a fourth rounder in this deal. Okay, we'll take Carlson out of this deal. And I feel like if we put Revel in, because he is hidden dev, he should have some more trade value. Wow, you're kidding. Okay, well, we'll take this fifth rounder out. And I think, I don't know, if I put a third rounder in, would this finally be enough? Oh, you're kidding me, dude. Okay, what about the seventh? For Khalil Mack, dude, the sixth. Come on, dude, accept this offer, bro. A fifth round pick. They want every last drop of value they can get. And finally, we get a trade to go through to improve this defense. So now what I want to do is we could use some offensive line help. And I know a team that we could trade with, and that is the Packers, who do have some good offensive linemen. So we will make our way over to the NFC North with this. So Jenkins here, Zach Tom, and then do they have, I mean, we could also go for Rashawn Gary. Do they have any linebackers? Quay Walker, 80 overall. We probably could do a little bit better. So Rashawn Gary, I would take him. So we will put this guy. I do not know how to pronounce his name, but he's hidden development. So we'll add him into the deal. Should have some pretty decent trade value. So I would say I'm very willing to give up a first round pick here, but I will try without doing so. Wow. Okay, we'll do the number 12 projected pick. Will that be enough? It won't. Okay, what about this third, fourth for this package? Okay. Yeah, maybe we take Zach Tom out of the deal and we just go for Rashawn Gary, Eldon Jenkins. Will this wow. Okay, you know what? If I give up a first, I want to recoup some value. So I will ask for Rasheed Walker, and then maybe I can flip him to another team. So will this package go through? There we go. We get some big pickups there from the Packers. Did have to give up a first round pick, which, you know, don't like doing, but we do have to trade our draft picks at some point regardless. So yeah, our offensive line is looking a little bit better. We could still use a right tackle. And we could also improve upon Rasheed Walker as well. But outside of that, I think our defense could use another linebacker. Other than that, maybe another corner. So yeah, we'll look for a linebacker and then a right tackle as well. Or just a tackle in general. It doesn't matter what position. So TJ Edwards, do the Bears have... They do. Darnell Wright. I would love an 87 overall tackle if we could get him. And then, I mean, we could add another wide receiver. I don't think it's needed, though, so I'm not too concerned about that. So, yeah, we'll just try this package without any draft picks. Wow. Okay. So, if I give up a first, could I maybe get, like, a third-round pick back? Maybe. We'll just see. Wow. Okay. You know, we'll just trade for TJ Edwards. Will this package go? Wow. Okay, that's not going to happen. We'll just look elsewhere. That was... Wow, I was not expecting that. Okay, could we get Matt Milano for this package? Okay, maybe these guys are just not that intriguing to people. What about a second-round pick for Matt Milano? 5th, 6th, that should be enough to get... Wow, it's not going to be enough. 4th-round pick for Matt Milano. There we go. A lot of draft capital given up there. But we have 2 minutes to go, so we have to trade these draft picks regardless. So I would say now, yeah, we do need another tackle for sure. So, and then maybe another defensive tackle. We could improve upon that. Linebacker wise, I would say we're good. We could improve upon it, but it's not really needed. So we'll just look for a tackle that's like at least an 80 overall, and then we should be good. So. Oh, no, there's no way. He's hidden development. We can't get him. What about Braden Smith? I would take him. And then Grover Stewart. That would be nice. Could we also... What about a wide receiver? Michael Pittman. What's his overall? 84? I mean, why not? If we were to put... Who could we add in this deal? Kavonte Turpin. Without any draft picks, that's actually pretty far. Okay, we have a minute, so we need to get this trade to go through. We'll put a first rounder in. If I'm overpaying, I'm overpaying. I don't care. We have a minute to go. There we go. Some huge pickups there. We got 1 more minute to make one more final trade, most likely. So first round pick, we'll put this in the deal. And then wide receiver, we're good. We could, I don't know, do we flip Rasheed Walker? We'll see if we can with a minute to go. And then maybe another linebacker we'll put Overshown in the deal. Maybe a corner. We'll just have to see what we can get with a minute to go. So let's go to like, I don't know, we'll just go to the Dolphins, a random team. Jordan Brooks. Do the Dolphins have a tackle? We could, no, they don't. Okay, what about Caleb McGarry? He's an improvement. What about linebacker? Caden Ellis, I would take him. And then Mike Hughes isn't really an improvement. Do they have anyone we could add to this team? I mean, David Onyemata, I guess we could add him, but he doesn't really do much. What about Kyle Pitt? Oh, he's a 79. Okay, last trade. Oh, it won't even go through. What if, oh, whoops. Oh, shoot. I did not mean to do that. Okay, Caden Ellis. We'll put him back in the deal. Will this package go through? Oh, it's declined. 3 seconds to go. Okay, we were third round pick at the buzzer. Okay. Oh, that got a little intense at the end there, but we got the last trade to go through literally as the timer went off. So I'm going to move a few positions around, and then we will check out what this new look Cowboys team is going to look like after a 10-minute rebuild of the team. Your new look Dallas Cowboys are an 88 overall with an 89 offense and an 88 overall defense. So I was not able to get this offense up to a 90 overall. Very close, but we fell just short. Regardless, though, this offense is looking great. This offensive line is looking phenomenal. And we also added Michael Pittman into the wide receiver core. So we really improved upon where we needed to improve upon. So I will take that. This team is looking a lot better. Even though we only went up by 4 overall points, an 89 overall offense is still very solid. And I will take that any day of the week. So yeah, there's really not much to talk about with the offense. I mean, I guess we can talk about the playbook. Typically, I do use the Bengals offensive playbook. However, the Dallas Cowboys one is pretty good, so I don't see a reason to change it. Because from what I've seen, the Dallas Cowboys offensive playbook does sim pretty well. But hopefully that decision doesn't screw us over, because this team is really good. It should be a Super Bowl contending team 100%, but A bad playbook can literally ruin your season, which is incredibly annoying, but that's just the reality we have to deal with. But yeah, that is the 89 overall offense. We will now look at the 88 overall defense. And now checking out this 88 overall defense that is apparently a 100% scheme fit, even though there's multiple players that are not a scheme fit. Again, I don't know why it does that, but we only have 2 players who were here prior to the rebuild. Well, I mean, I guess technically 3 if you count Trayvon Diggs, but this defense got flipped upside down. We literally have new starters in every position group. We have 3 new starters on the defensive line, 3 new linebackers, and then 3 new starters in the secondary. This defense looks completely different, and we improved by 8 overall points. And at 88 overall, that's one of, if not the highest rated defenses in the game. I'm not sure what the highest rated one is, but I can't imagine it's more than like an 89. So we are right around the top of the league when it comes to defensive rating, but yeah, this defense is looking pretty good. We have a phenomenal defensive line. Our pass rush should be great. We should also be stopping the run very well. Our secondary looks great, and our linebackers look great as well. So yeah, overall, this team should 100% be in Super Bowl contention this season. I don't see any reason as to why not. We are very well rounded, and we don't have a single starter besides, I guess, our fullback that is below an 80 overall. So yeah, like I said, this team is very well rounded, and we should be in Super Bowl contention this season. So with that being said, we'll do a quick record prediction and then we will go on and sim through the season. So I think this team will be competing with Philadelphia for the division. The Eagles do sim pretty well, so it's very tough to say. So I would say for sure we'll be a top 5 seed, that being we either win the division or we get the 5th seed. So I think my record prediction, I'll go with something like 12-5. I think that's pretty reasonable considering how good this team is. And yeah, you guys can comment your record predictions if you would like, and without further ado, I'll go ahead and sim through the season. And as the season simulation is going on, if you guys have enjoyed this one so far, then feel free to let me know in the comments which team you guys would like to see me do next. I do have a playlist of all the previous ones that I've done, so feel free to check out that. Once you're finished watching this one, we go 8-9. Dude. You're actually kidding me. It's because of the freaking playbook, isn't it? Our team ranks, I guarantee our team ranks for our offense is going to suck. Wait, where do we see? Oh, yeah, dude. The team rank, dude. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it is 100% because of the playbook. Oh, my gosh. You're actually kidding me, dude. We have an 89 overall team. Well, 88 technically. 89 offense, 88 defense, and you're telling me we go 8-9? Dude, the Giants went 10-7, and we go 8-9. This is not real, dude. This is actually not real. Yeah, I'm very willing to assume that the only reason this happened was because I was using the Cowboys playbook and not the Bengals one, which I thought would be fine because the Cowboys playbook is already pretty good in itself, but apparently not, because the team sucked. Like, oh my gosh, those team ranks are horrible. But even then, our defensive ones are horrible as well. Like, even though our offense sucked, our defense was also pretty bad with those team ranks. Okay, so I made a new franchise. I did all the same trades, and I switched to the Bengals offensive playbook because I'm just a little curious to see if there's going to be any difference. This won't count on, like, the official speed rebuild, like, record, even though I don't really have one of those. So it does go a little bit different. We go 11-6. We win our division this time around. However, the team ranks defensively are still pretty bad. Offensively, I mean, we do better passing the ball and scoring by far, but our run game is horrible, and that's typically how it goes with the Bengals offensive playbook. So yeah, Dak Prescott, top 3 in terms of yards, and George Pickens is also their top 3 in terms of yards. So yeah, I'm guessing it was due to the playbook, and that must have been the reason as to why we missed the playoffs before. But I mean, it is still 2 different simulations, so I guess it could be a lot more than just the playbook. However, that's what it probably seems to be. That's a very good approval rating, by the way. I like that. But I'm just going to advance right onto the Super Bowl, and we'll see if this team makes the Super Bowl. I would go week by week. However, this was just kind of a resim, and wow, we make the Super Bowl. So we take on the Denver Broncos here, the number 1 scoring offense in the league, the number 4 passing offense in the league, Everything else except for defensive rush yards is not really the greatest for their team ranks. And just for fun, we'll hop into this game and we'll sim through it and see if the Cowboys can win. So we'll just advance on through the first quarter here, and the Broncos will start off scoring and we'll tie it up. We score 14 to 7 in the second quarter. And at halftime, we are leading 28-10. We'll see if we're able to hold on to this lead. The Broncos score, but we score yet again 35-17. And it is looking like the Cowboys are going to win yet another Super Bowl. So maybe if I just switched the playbooks around, then maybe we would have went on a Super Bowl run. We'll hop in here though. We're going to give Javonte Williams a quick handoff as the clock is slowly expiring. Javonte Williams, huge gain there, over 100 yards on the Super Bowl. We'll snap it here on 3rd and 5. We'll get Jake Ferguson. Can we get him the ball? We can. And we get it up to the 9-yard line. We'll see if we can get one quick stat pad touchdown in. As the clock expires, we're going to snap this ball and we'll get sacked. But we won the Super Bowl, so who cares if we got sacked at the end of the game? So the team I built was very capable of winning the Super Bowl. I guess it just really came down to picking the right playbooks, which makes absolutely no sense how a playbook should determine if a team is good or not. However, that's just how it goes. That's the reality of things. And your Super Bowl MVP is quarterback Dak Prescott. And yeah, with that being said, that is going to be the end of the Dallas Cowboys speed rebuild. Technically, we did get the Super Bowl win, but technically we also did not. So if you want to count it, you can. If you don't want to count it, that's also a fair assessment. But yeah, all in all, this was a pretty fun one to do, and I hope you guys all enjoyed. So yeah, with that being said, if you enjoyed this one, feel free to check out the other speed rebuilds I have up on my channel. I do have a playlist of all the previous ones I've done. I also do have a ton of other Madden content, so if you're interested, feel free to check that out. But yeah, that's all I have for you all today. Thank you all so much for watching all the way to the end. I really appreciate that. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I will see y'all next time.